Exclusive video just for you guys, patrons on Patreon. We have a patron right here.
Yeah, mate. I'm a patron.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, mate. Yeah. I put in my, $2 a year or whatever. No, I genuinely support you because I genuinely believe that you do ripper videos and I know what goes into it because I've seen you at your house.
All right. Turn it down.
Stupid hours. But, yeah, you can't compliment a Dane, but yeah, anyway.
This leads on from the behind the scenes of the camp setup when we did Harry's and Dylan's. Hey Dylan, just give us a shout, mate.
How you going, everyone?
Yep, there you go, there's Dylan. In that video, we had this in your museum, Harry's museum. This grill here and hot plate. Harry, take it away. Why is it here?
Mate, I think this is one of the first bits of camping gear I actually paid for with my own money. And I was probably 18, 19, just after pinching all the camping gear from my parents and borrowing that for,
I was wondering where the paid for was going.
the next 10 years. And I paid $25 for this thing. And at the time, LPG cooking was kind of the state of the art. So I thought, I've grown up in a household where my mum's a chef, so I need to be good at cooking and whatever. And if I'm going to do that, I need LPG because LPG is adjustable and blah. Anyway, turns out I was terrible at cooking with LPG. I can cook 2-minute noodles and that's about it.
Why were you terrible at cooking with LPG?
It's what I was comfortable. I was comfortable with fire and I wasn't comfortable with LPG, which is totally counterintuitive to most people.
Totally counterintuitive.
Yeah. So I know I'm a weird case, but anyway, this thing is the reason that I got into it. Move forward a couple of years, I found a camp oven. And the camp oven really changed my whole perspective on how I cooked.
Sorry, I'm taking notes here. This is why the notepad's out. I'm actually taking notes down here because I get ideas for new videos all the time. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I just want to explain why this is here. So camp oven changed everything, right?
Camp oven changed everything because the camp oven became something from, okay, I can only have upward heat to I can have all round heat like an oven. We're all used to an oven. I couldn't have an oven at home. The only thing I used to be able to cook well at home was roasts. So suddenly I get a camp oven, which I found at my best mate's farm. It was a relic. Threw some lamb and some other stuff in it, and all of a sudden I have a lamb roast. Wow, that completely blew my mind. But it was more that you can't do that on a grill. You can do it in a conventional oven, but you can't do it in a grill.
Yeah.
So you can't do it in the bush. So suddenly I could do so much more in the bush. So I could do all these meals I was comfortable with in the bush. And then a few years later, I decided, no, actually, I'm going to go back to LPG, and I decided, to move into the modern world and all this stuff. And I did use LPG, and at this campsite here, a mate made me spaghetti bolognese, and I thought, isn't that fantastic? His LPG stove is able to give him constant heat and all this stuff. And then I ate his meal, and I ate my meal, which was lamb shanks. And I liked my meal more. I went back, and I thought, all right, I'm a fire cooker. I started stripping out gas stuff. And around that time, I met this bloke named Ronny Dahl.
Oh, and you're talking to me now.
Of all things, it was on a 4-wheel drive action shoot.
Yeah, it was a 4-wheel drive action shoot.
It was a 4-wheel drive action. It's just the reality of it.
Yeah. Not one I was working at. I did actually I did a few articles for 4-wheel drive action.
Yeah, you did.
Until they took 6 months to pay me. Different story. But yes, we met at a 4-wheel drive action.
Neither of us are particularly fond of 4-wheel drive action. We like some of the people there. Anyway, we were on this shoot and I met this guy named Ronny and he was a nice bloke and we bumped into each other, funnily enough, again at the 4-wheel drive show where I bought my hot plate.
That was a while after, wasn't it?
It was a while after. It was probably a year after. And I was walking along, I was buying a hot plate. Ronny yelled out, "Hey, Harry." Anyway, long story short, bought this hot plate and we went camping here.
Yeah, that's right, here.
It was right here, which is a very, very secret spot. And I have since then realised, camping with you guys, that I really, 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 really like camping, cooking on fire. I didn't actually, I never quantified it. So you guys all cook on gas. You all were all cooking on gas.
Barbecue. I got stuck
And
in
it
the
wasn't
barbecue.
until the Goldfields video, I think, or maybe the Kimberley, or I think it was Goldfields first, that you said, hey, I'm going to use fire more because I've been inspired by Harry.
You re-inspired me to use fire again because I had an old camp oven at home, which I brought out of retirement and brought that back in. And it's, for me, it was the fear of messing up the meal.
Yeah,
Because
I totally understand that.
Because I've burnt many roasts, I've stuffed many meals up, and if you don't understand the whole thing about using a camp oven, you put too much heat below or too much heat above, or you have the heat in the wrong spot and it doesn't quite work. So
And
it's
a
intimidating
Weber is
unless you know.
quantifiable because you can go, okay, 3/4 on that, 15 minutes, cool, it'll be done.
Exactly.
Or whatever. You put back in me was that, hey, you cook cool food on fire. And that's sort of where
Tasty
Fire to
food.
Fork was born.
What I
Some
actually
sort of
said
support
was
from.
just go and do an actual page with photos and stuff of your amazing food that you cook on fire.
Yeah.
Because people love that stuff. The flames in the background with the food on a hot grill or a hot plate, that's what people want to see. They don't want to see a gas burner with someone's cooking something on.
Because you can do that at home.
Yeah, you can do that at home. Everyone does that. The thought of cooking on fire, and that's why I said just start a bloody Instagram account with your fire cooking.
And that's what I did. So I started Fire to Fork, and a bit more went into it than figuring out a name and doing.
This here,
This here was a real turning point for me because suddenly I realised that a fire wasn't just something that you could cook steaks on or whatever. It's something you could have a shower with. You could cook your no, sorry, not cook. You
Have
could
a
warm
shower
your
with.
water with.
oh righto, yeah.
It was something you could put a billy on, have a coffee on.
Yep.
It was something that you could, slow cook vegetables on or whatever. It was suddenly this was so much more important than a gas hot plate.
Actually, that is a very good point because people associate this thing here with cooking sausages,
Yeah.
steaks,
Yeah.
right? Because everyone likes the flame on the steaks.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Billies, buckets of water, like you just mentioned. Yeah, there's so much more to it, and that's one of the notes I wrote down here.
There's so much more to these things. These things are just a general vessel for everything.
It's more than cooking.
It's so much more than cooking.
It's more than
But
cooking.
it also doesn't take away from your warmth. It doesn't take away from the social aspect. Standing over next to your car in front of a gas burner is antisocial. Standing in front of a fire with all your mates,
Cooking your
and
steaks.
talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's not ready to go. Oh, no, you better turn that one. Come on,
Yeah.
the front left, turn it.
True.
That's fun. That's
never thought
camping.
of it that way, yeah.
That's
The camping
that's
banter.
the thing that I want. Anyway, that's how Fire to Fork came to be, and now it is what it is.
And that's how those cooking shows happen.
That's how the cooking shows happen, and that's how they'll continue to happen.
Now, there's a lot of mucking around in the cooking shows. That's purely just us sort of letting loose.
Yeah,
It's late at night. It's been a long day.
yeah.
We're cooking fun stuff. We want to try crazy stuff sometimes. But I think we should also, and we are, going to go into basic how-tos because a lot of people are intimidated by fire cooking.
Totally understand that.
And it's not just that. You can cook roasts, pork roasts, and other stuff like that in a camp oven. But when you put that pork roast or your camp oven away for firebrand season, especially if you're in Western Australia or any state, South Australia, where you can't have fires during a certain time, you go reliant on your gas cooking, and then winter comes, you're still using your gas. That's what happened to me. And then the next year, gas. And then finally I go back and try and do a roast. I stuff the roast up and I'm like, yeah, I know better how to do it and yeah. So it's good fun to experiment with.
It's great fun to
Fire
experiment.
cooking.
There's a lot more to it.
But yeah, but once you understand the basics,
Like anything that's difficult, it's worth the payoff.
yeah, but it's not that difficult once you learn the basics,
I agree.
and that's why we need to do a
Completely
video on that.
agree.
We need to do a video on the basics
On
of
the
fire
basics.
cooking.
I
Yeah,
completely agree.
I think we're getting a bit off track here.
Yeah.
All right, that was a bit of an extensive behind the scenes, or get to know Harry kind of video. So cheers, mate, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff I didn't even know about this thing here. It's just when I saw it, I was like, mate, we got to talk about this, and it's too much to put in the oven. I thought, why not share it with you guys? Because the guys and girls on Patreon, ladies and gents, they're the ones that really want to know this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. We do.
yeah,
We do.
thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.